Hello, what's going on, 4BK family? Today we're going to talk about energy vampires. Not just any energy vampires, but the absolute worst type. And just who are actually responsible for us getting our energy stolen and siphoned away? Well, it's us. What if I told you that you are the reason why your energy, your wealth, your freedom, your sovereignty is getting stolen from you? That's going to be the topic tonight. So make sure we share this video. Make sure we click that like button. If you are on Instagram, okay, make sure you come on over to YouTube. We're on YouTube at the Forbidden Knowledge Podcast Network live on YouTube. If you're on X and you want to see it on a bigger screen, leave X and come on over to YouTube on the Forbidden Knowledge with the number 4 Forbidden Knowledge Podcast Network. If not, you can stay where you are. Okay, it's going to be a great talk tonight. Really good talk tonight. All right. We're talking about frequency parasites, the hidden forces draining your energy, stealing your focus, stealing your wealth, stealing your sovereignty. And who is responsible for that? We're going to dive deep into that today. It's a good topic tonight. It's a good topic for the times that we're in right now. I'm going to go ahead and check the live chat, see where we are. Let's check this live chat. We are broadcasting on multiple platforms all over the world. What's going on, everyone? All right. I see y'all here. Okay, we're filling up pretty quickly. That's fantastic. Make sure y'all let everyone know that we are online. And keep in mind, the only links that you should be clicking in the comments are the links that I personally drop. Links directly from Billy Carson with the verified symbol. Links from Forbidden Knowledge with the verified symbol. Links from Billy C. Carson with the verified symbol or check mark. If I comment to you with verified accounts in the live chat or on the platform that you're watching from, those are the only ones that are real valid links. If someone comes in there with my name misspelled or claiming that they work for me from some weird name, probably not me, okay? Everything that I post in the chat is going to be from a verified link, okay? Verified account, most likely the same account that you're watching me on, okay? So don't fall for the scams out there. Those are just another version of energy vampires there to siphon and steal your wealth, because they know that you're a kind-hearted, good person that loves knowledge and loves research and investigation, and you want to be involved in everything knowledge. And so they want to take advantage of you. Don't let them win. Remember, I will post links in chats. I will post links on live streams, but they're going to come from my real account, not from some unverified random name who claims that they work for me. It's going to be me. Okay. So I appreciate y'all. Love y'all. Thank y'all for joining me tonight. All right. It's going to be a great talk. The numbers are filling up quick. I love that. That's fantastic. The live chat looks great. Instagram, you look great as well. I'm going to type a little something on Instagram real quick in a pinned comment on Instagram. Okay. I'm going to, have if you want to talk to me, get a free consultation. Okay. Link in bio. That's put it for the people over there on IG. Everyone else, I'll drop you a live link. If you're on X, my link is in the bio as well. But let's get into it. We got enough people on now. We can get into the conversation tonight. Okay. So tonight we're talking about the frequency parasites. We're going to talk about the hidden forces that are literally draining your energy, draining your wealth, draining your sovereignty. We understand that, there are forces in your life right now that are stealing your power, that are siphoning it out of you, right? One bite at a time, BYTE, because your energy is just like digital bytes, right? Digital bytes of information. There's no difference. And, the crazy thing about it is when I really look at how people siphon energy, they do it in various different ways. And the real slick ones, the ones that are the best at stealing your energy, whether it be a person or a company or news and media. They're so good at doing it that you don't even realize that they're siphoning away your energy, you know? And it's incredible how we keep allowing it to happen. And I say we because I'm just as guilty as everyone else here watching on this live. I always include myself because everyone is susceptible to things at certain times. It's just a matter of, can you catch yourself and stop yourself and correct yourself? That's the difference maker, right? Are you able to make that adjustment? Because that's where it comes down to. There are forces right now that are operating in your life that are stealing your power. Not supernatural forces, but real, energetic, emotional, and psychological drains that are pulling you in all different directions, taking you out of alignment. And the reason why I'm having this talk tonight is because there's a lot going on in the world at this moment. There's a lot going on media and news at the moment. Of course, with the Epstein files, with Trump, with Congress, with the government shut down and reopening, and the SNAP EBT, and all the ICE agents abducting people all over the country. And now some ICE agents just got caught having what's the words I can use where I get this account flagged? They got caught soliciting minors for activities that would be considered to be rated X. There you go. I could say it that way. They just got busted having rated X scenarios with minors. So what do you think they're doing with all these little kids when they steal them off the street? We're supposed to be scared of the people that they're taking away. We should be scared of them. They're the ones that are committing the dubious acts. A couple of them a couple of weeks ago just committed unalivings of actual U.S. citizens. So it's just getting crazy, right? So all of this creates an algorithm, and this algorithm begins to thrive as everyone is into this chaotic algorithm, which is really designed to capture our minds, hearts, and souls, to keep us completely distracted and keep us focusing on all this dark information. And myself included, especially because I have to report the information. I have to find a way to figure out what am I gonna put out with regards to some of these topics. I can't completely ignore them because forbidden knowledge isn't just about love and light. I got to expose the darkness so that we can understand and know that it's actually there. Because a lot of people are in cognitive dissonance, so don't even realize what's going on around them. Not because they're ignorant, it's just because there's so many things to take care of in one day, like taking care of your family, going to work, and all those kind of things. It's hard to sometimes recognize all the dubious acts that are going on. So I'll try to mix it. I try to balance it so that I don't become one of those vampires. I try to show you a little bit of what's really going on. And then I try to show you some positive, some love, some light, some motivation, some inspiration, some self-improvement type stuff. I try to balance it out so that it's not all just dark and not all just negative. And then I also try to bring solutions to problems so that you can solve the problems versus just living in a state of worrying all the time, right? But this is what we're facing. We're facing times right now where the media has completely dominated every single form of media and has completely cast this gray shadow over everything because of the topics at hand. And obviously the topic at hand is very important. And the reason why it's important is because young women underage were taken advantage of. And some people want to blame the girls, and I think a shame on them for blaming girls. I blame more the parents than the girls themselves, number one. Number two, we have to realize and understand that young children are groomed and their minds are easily malleable and they're very impressionable. And it becomes very easy to take advantage of children. And this is why pedophilia has blossomed globally, is because the adults who commit those egregious acts, they know and understand that. So it is going to permeate all forms of media at this particular moment. But at the same time, we have to remember to replenish ourselves and feed ourselves some positivity, feed ourselves some love, some light. We have to feed ourselves inspiration, motivation, some self-help. Okay, we can't go so dark that we allow it to affect our physiology, become angry, frustrated, pissed off, and triggered, because that will have a negative effect not only on you and your body, but even on everyone around you. We have to have some type of balance. Okay, we need balance. Yes, from time to time I'll snap on these topics, but at the end of the day, I'm not going to make it 100% of what I talk about, because we need balance in our lives. Too much of anything is no good for you. Like I said before, if I sat here with 5 gallons of water, and you know that water is great for the human body, we're made up of 70% water. But if I sat here with 5 gallons of water and drank it on this live, I would be unalive by the end of this podcast, because the water would dilute my blood so much I would actually unalive. I would pass away. So too much of anything can be dangerous for you. Okay, so we have to have balance. Most people don't realize this is happening. They just don't realize it. You could be doing the right affirmations, the right work, but if your energy is leaking in all different directions, which is what's happening a lot right now, your results will fall short. So if you're trying to manifest or create or build, and you're trying to figure out like what's holding me back right now, it could be that you're out of balance with a lot of these energy vampires and a lot of these doom scrolling, right? Just doom scrolling on social media, because they know how to catch you on the algorithm. You got to turn into doom scrolling into positivity, not negativity. So tonight we're going to break down the real frequency parasites, the habits, the environments, the emotional patterns that lower your vibration and literally disconnect you from the wealth frequency. And what is wealth? Wealth is health. Wealth is abundance. And what is abundance? Your needs are met when they need to be met. It doesn't mean you're a billionaire. It doesn't mean you're a millionaire. People don't really understand what the word wealth actually really means. It's a frequency, number one. Number two, if you don't have your health, if you don't have your sanity, your mental health and physical health, you're poor. You're piss poor. Okay? Those two things will make you wealthy. And then, as long as your needs are being met, oh, your car payment's been paid? Great. That's abundance. Your rent or your mortgage is paid? That's abundance. Your electricity is getting paid? That's abundance. You have food in your stomach and your kids are eating? That's abundance. That's abundance. But to get on that, you have to get on the frequency of it. Low frequency environments will drain your energy. You know, clutter, noise, chaos, stressful spaces, they're going to activate the nervous system. When you get on that phone and start doom scrolling, after you see about 4 or 5 posts about Epstein and you know what's going on in other parts of the world with people unaliving kids in the streets, okay, you got enough of it. If you want to find a way to collectively share that information or put your voice on it, that's great too. But after that, you got to move back into positivity, move back into inspiration, move back into love, right? High frequency, high vibrational information. Because if I leave my house and I go to the hood where there could be some violence going on, let's say I go to a place where I know that 2 opposing factions are always battling, and I stand in between 2 opposing factions, I'm putting myself in harm's way. I'm putting myself in chaos purposefully. Well, don't think you have to go to a physical place to accomplish the same thing. You can do that right by going to your device, your phone, your tablet, or your TV. And if you're watching TV, or if you know anybody that's watching TV, they're getting hit with a TV broadcast. So the television, the live vision is broadly casting a spell over you. They're casting a broad spell. So they're broadly casting the spell and keeping you stuck in fight or flight mode. Okay. It's not mystical. It's just simple biology. Your brain is going to enter survival mode. And when it does that, the blood's going to leave the frontal lobe and move to the back of the brain, to the hindbrain. And then your creativity is going to shut down. Your frequency is going to completely collapse. You're not even going to recognize yourself. And the people around you, they eventually won't recognize who you are as well. Okay? They just won't recognize you. So you have to understand that we have to put ourselves in positive emotional environments, even if we have to dip our toe in the water a little bit, right? We got to dip our toe in the water to get some information from the other side so we can be awake and aware of what's going on. I'm not saying to be so love and light that you can't be aware of what's happening around you, because being aware of what's going on around you is extremely important. Extremely important. But at the same time, we can't hover there for too long. We got to get in. We got to get the information that we need so we can understand what's going on. We can then meditate on that. If we can meditate on providing a solution to the problem or being a part of the solution or finding someone that's trying to create a solution, that's even better. And now we have awareness, spatial awareness, conscious awareness, regional and global awareness, which is what we need to survive. Now, okay, I got that information. Let me get back into the real deal stuff. You see? Balance. Everything requires balance. In Isaiah 47, in the biblical text, God is speaking. And they reference God as a he in that book. So they call him a he. So I'm going to say he, not because I believe in any gender of a creator, but I do believe in a creator. But they say he. But let me tell you what it says in Isaiah 47. It says, he says, I created the good and I created the evil. Doeth I, saith the Lord. And what this is referencing is the fact that there's yin and yang that exists and permeates the entire universe. There's good and evil, dark and light, white and black, whatever you want to call it. This is a reference to one source creating both. One source creating both. And I don't believe that there's a he or a she as a creator God. I believe that God is a frequency, and it's our job to tune in, and that there is a creator, there is a God, in my opinion. But the point that I'm making here is this is letting you know from a perspective of the author there that good and bad permeates everything, coming from one source. And the universe has darkness and it has light. So we have to be aware that the darkness exists. Not only does it exist in the universe, it exists inside of us as well. All of us have dark corners inside of our mind, hidden shadows and doors that you can go behind and close that are dark. And anyone who thinks that they're impervious to that, they're fooling themselves and they're lying to everyone else. Your job becomes, how do you balance your darkness and your light? How do you suppress your darkness? How do you go into those dark corners and deal and face those demons and tame them and keep them under control? That's what it comes down to. A famous martial art instructor had a great quote. He said, I'm not teaching you how to eliminate evil. I'm teaching you how to control it. There's a difference between thinking you have the power to eliminate darkness. We don't have that power. But what we can do is we can learn how to control it. Why? Because high vibrational, high frequency, which is light, high frequency has more power over darkness. Simple analogy that I'll use before I move on is like you've heard me say before, I'm in a well-lit room. I can't imbue any darkness into this room to make it go dim while I'm on this live feed. There's nothing I can do at this moment to make the room dark except to turn the lights off. And once the lights turn off, if I turn on the flashlight on my cell phone, the darkness will instantly flee from the light. Instantly flee from the light, without a doubt. Because light has power over darkness. I'm not teaching you how to eliminate evil. I'm teaching you how to control it. And when you learn how to control the darkness, you are less susceptible to the energy vampires that are trying to suck you dry. No diddy. Okay? So it's a great talk tonight. I hope y'all are getting something out of this because this is what the times are calling for. This type of understanding and mindset. A lot of you already know this, but it's like, let me just get a reminder to shift myself back because the nervous system is going to sync with the emotions of the other people, the emotions of the post on doom scrolling, the emotion of what's on the news, the emotions of the people gossiping around you. So spending time around chronically negative people or content is going to lower your state of consciousness. It's going to shrink it. Okay? It's going to take you from here down to here. And then all of a sudden, everything you've been trying to work on, everything you've been trying to manifest, it just seems like it stalled out. And you're like, hey, what happened? All these things just were going so good. Then all of a sudden, boom, I'm kind of stagnant right now. I'm missing workouts. I'm having arguments with my girlfriend or boyfriend or my husband or wife. I'm frustrated all the time. I'm sick and tired. I'm pissed off. I don't know what's going on, or I'm depressed, or I'm anxious. I'm missing meals, or I'm eating too much. I'm yelling at my kids for no damn reason. All these things are being triggered because you got caught in the algorithm and you don't realize it. And before you turn around, you're on the same frequency as the vampires, which is where they want you. Because then they can mold you and twist you into whatever they want. And they're out there. Oh, they're out there. Trust me on this. They are just waiting for the golden opportunity to get you. Everything from the trolls on social media to everything else. I told y'all the story before a while back, but I have a lot of new people on the accounts now. So I'm going to tell you again. When you get your phone and you make a post on social media, right? You make that post on social media, boom. And then all of a sudden, you get a notification. Somebody has trolled you. You don't even know. You go and you look on the comment feed. You open that comment, and a photon pings off of the screen, goes to the retina, gets sent to the back of the brain. The brain sorts it all out, decodes the data, and now it's a negative comment on one of your own posts that you put out. And now that negative comment that was decoded by your mind triggers an emotional response in you. It's going to drop your frequency very rapidly, give you sweaty palms, accelerate your heart rate and your respiratory system, and spike your cortisol hormones, all within seconds, all within absolute seconds. The energy vampire is getting ready to sick his or her fangs into your neck. They've got you. They got you in fight or flight. You're frozen now. The next thing that they're waiting for is for you to respond. So you respond to that negative comment. And then what happens? The energy from your conscious thought and your frustration and anger and low vibration is sent into the device. It rides on an invisible light wave called a microwave to the local tower. When it gets to the local tower, it's transmitted from tower to tower until it bounces down into the region where that person is located. It hits their tower, and the microwave beam, which is encoded with your conscious energy, is riding that microwave light to their device. It hits their device lights up, they tap the notification tab, a photon pings off of that screen, and the energy that you put in from who knows how many miles or thousands of miles away goes into their retina, goes into the back of their brain, and they get a very happy sensation. They got oxytocin, they're pumped up, they're excited. They have just now eaten your absolute energy. They ate your energy. They are energy vampires. You got high frequency drop to low, you got a spike in cortisol, you sent that energy into the device, it got to them, and when they devoured it, it made them happy. It satisfied them. You see? That's how it works. So we are being preyed on 24/7, 7 days a week. But if you're not aware that this is happening, you won't fully understand why things in your life are going astray and awry. And we're all victims to this, myself included. It's all about the awareness that brings us back to brain heart coherence, that brings us back to being centered, that brings us back to focus, and that brings us back to guarding our energy. See? These are important because if you're trying to create a better future for yourself, get that raise at your job, build a business, be a better parent, all these things, be a better spouse or boyfriend or girlfriend or whatever you are, these types of energy vampires will affect everything like a virus in your house, a virus at your workplace. And you'll be like, damn, what's going on here? Or you've been infected by the bite from the energy vampires. We're not talking about entities, we're talking about neural emotional loops that you're being put into. And when you repeat thoughts of worry, doubt, right? Resentment, all those patterns are going to create emotional echoes. They're going to keep you in the same frequency, boom, down, low. You have to learn how to break that pattern. You have to change the frequency. And if you change the frequency, then you can change the outcome. But you got to catch yourself first. And you have to be honest with yourself. You'll be like, oh man, you know what? I realize I'm not in the right frequency right now. I'm not operating right. I'm not my normal self. I'm outside of my normal character. My character traits aren't like this. I recognize this isn't really who I am. And you have to be honest and you have to realize, oh yeah, I'm not my normal self right now. Snap back. 10 deep breaths, meditation, focus, think of something that was a great moment in your life, express gratitude for that emotionally, and shift your body back into a state of high frequency. Because the digital overlords, they're going to lower your vibration. They focus on that 24/7. And what are they? Doom scrolling to bad news and overstimulated sites that bring so much negativity, street fights, attacks, people committing crazy pranks that make you anxious, all these kind of things that you find on doom scrolling, right? It creates high cortisol spikes, which lowers your creativity. Low creativity is going to equal a low frequency. And this is why you're going to feel drained after being online so long. Your nervous system is not designed for that kind of constant input of negativity 24/7. Boom, 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 all day, all night. First thing you wake up, you reach for the phone. You pull the phone to your little one eye that's open and you open it up when the feed is negative right away. You're like, oh. So from the day start, you're on the algorithm, right? And by the way, these are a lot of the topics that I talk about inside of my Forbidden Knowledge Academy. I know there are some people here from the Academy right now. And I'm going to talk a little bit about something special that I have going on at the end of this video. So make sure you stay to the very end and check it out, okay? Because it's going to be something very special that I want to talk about briefly at the very end. But we have to understand that our energy is a finite resource, okay? It's a finite resource. Your attention, your focus, and your emotional capacity are going to be forms of energy. And every argument, every anxious thought, every hour that you spend scrolling and doom scrolling is a withdrawal from your own energetic bank account. Now, we have a certain amount of energy in our bodies and our conscious mind as well. And just like a battery in a car or a battery in your device, just starts dropping. And when it gets too low, you already know what happens. The device turns off. You become an NPC, a non-player character, just floating through this matrix of life, completely unaware, completely just robotic, not really understanding or knowing who you truly are and the power that's inside of you. You might as well become a cog in the matrix. It's all about understanding how do you get on the wealth frequency, because that frequency is an abundant frequency. It means you're taking care of your temple, your body, you're eating healthy, you're exercising to the best of your ability. You're focused on finding the right types of food to put into your body, right? You're not stagnant and sitting in one place all day. You get up and take breaks and move your body around. You focus on reading and studying things about health so you can become more knowledgeable about being healthy. You also begin to manifest abundance. Your bills are paid. Your business is thriving. You're getting that raise at the office, at the company, whatever you're working for. Your family is happy. You got to get on that frequency. The coherence means that your mind, your emotions, and your actions are going to match. You're going to begin to think clearly. You're going to feel aligned. You're going to feel, you're going to be acting with more intention. And everything else is going to be pushed away. Fear, distraction, chaos, all those things, you'll be able to tune them out. And you'll be able to stay focused on maintaining a high vibration, on getting on the wealth frequency. Okay. Now, another thing that I'm noticing through the life coaching and the business coaching that I've been doing is understanding that we have the ability to allow our bodies to heal itself, to put ourselves in the right situations to allow our avatar bodies to maximize what it's capable of doing, right? So there are some practical ways to protect your frequency. One of the best ways, and I know hard for some people, unfortunately, is to get sunlight. Real direct sunlight is so important for consciousness, to get rid of depression, makes you feel better. It's healthy for the body. Real vitamin D. Vitamin D doesn't come from the udders of a cow. Vitamin D comes from the sun. Clean spaces around you. Another important thing. Get your clutter out of the way. Declutter. Clean everything. Conscious breathing is another way. Breathing the right way, taking conscious breaths, doing breath work, and also grounding, getting out in nature, grounding your body to the earth, releasing those electrons, getting in sync with Mother Gaia, and intentional media consumption, like watch the 4BK TV. Go to your app store and get the number 4 Forbidden Knowledge TV app. Go to your app store and get Gaia. Go to your app store and get Curiosity Stream. Go to your app store or tune into things on your Prime or whatever you have that are going to be motivational, inspirational, loving, caring shows, maybe that are still movies but have a message that is worth listening to, right? It's going to teach you something. It's edutainment versus things that are going to make you anxious, angry, pissed off, fearful, and put you in fight or flight. Draw healthy boundaries. That's another way. And also get into supportive social circles. If you realize, again, that the 5 people that you're around is going to be your average income, your average health, your average level of consciousness, your average level of communication, what you talk about the most, is going to be the average of those 5 people. Who are the people that you're socializing with in that circle of 5? Analyze that. So important. And these are not rituals. These are nervous system resets. That's how you're going to raise your baseline vibration and stay in the wealth frequency. Okay? So today I want to talk briefly about something, and I'm going to pull something up on my screen. All right. The 4BK Ascension Blueprint, the 4BK Wealth Ascension Blueprint. This is a 12-week journey that's going to be with me and a team of millionaire mentors to rewire your mind, activate your wealth frequency, and manifest the reality that you were born to live. Now, this program is an in-depth program, but I can only take a few people. Right now, I have maybe a third of what I can do. But I'm looking for 20 ambitious people who are ready to take their mindset, their wealth, and their life to the next level. People who understand the value of coaching, who are ready to be mentored and stay accountable and do the work. There's an application process, and I analyze that. And you have to be very honest and very candid. And I have to see if somebody's actually coachable, if somebody's willing to actually put in the work to work directly with me. This is a premium mentorship program, and it requires commitment, it requires focus, and it requires an investment. You have to invest in yourself. If you're serious about creating real change, you can apply now. The link is being dropped in the live chat. If you're on Instagram or X, the link is in my bio. Click on that link and register for a consultation and fill out the form completely. Take your time, don't rush, and don't make stuff up, because I'll know. And we'll see if you fit. Some people are a fit, some people aren't. When you're not a fit, it's nothing against you, but I have to work with people that are going to be in alignment and on the frequency of what I want to help them accomplish. Okay. So the link is being dropped in the live chat to join the Wealth Frequency Program, which is mentored by myself, Billy Carson. Okay. If you feel that you have what it takes to be a part of this special program, this limited special program, then I'm asking you to go ahead and click that link. Again, all links that dropped in the live chats, all links posted under post anywhere on any platform or in my bio are coming directly from me. If anyone else is saying their name is Joe Blow and I'm work with Billy and the link drop, probably not. It's going to come from my verified account. Okay. So make sure you understand that, just in case you don't want you to get sidetracked by another energy vampire. Okay. But I did drop the link in the live chat. It's going to be in the caption of this video and audio, and it's also going to be in the caption of this video on YouTube, as well as on the audio whenever the podcast audio is released to the podcast platforms. Okay. But take a look at it, read it, and see if it's for you. You might be a match for the program. And if you are, I'll be working with you. I'll be analyzing and giving you assessments and helping you grow along the way. Okay. Thank y'all for hanging out with me this evening on the Forbidden Hours podcast. I dropped a link in the live chat again. Right now, I have to get on to another bit of work. I've got to go teach for an hour. But I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. Hopefully, what I talked about tonight gave someone here some sense of enlightenment, some sense of understanding, maybe a remembrance of who they are and remembrance of what they need to get back to, or maybe you were pretty much on the right frequency, but you know others, like maybe a spouse, a loved one, family member, friend, that you may just want to gently, very gently remind them when they start talking about all these things going on extensively. Like I said, it's okay to talk about it, but when they go overboard to the next level, to just remind them, hey, you know, these things are happening and we need to find solutions to them. But also let's talk positive for the rest of the day. Let's see how we can feel if we talk positive for the rest of the day. Let's make our next conversation a positive one. Let's make our next conversation one about uplifting, of service to others, of solutions providing, of gratitude. And let's get on that frequency. Now that we understand what's going on, yes, we have to figure something out, a solution. We have to participate in a solution. But, you know, let's balance ourselves out too. But you say it in a very nice, loving, and kind way, you'll probably get a good result. And then you just shifted someone else into a high frequency to match your high frequency. Okay. Positive meets positive. Woo, that's going to be huge. It's going to be huge. You start combining days like that, day after day after day. All of a sudden, you have a good week. Then you have a good month. Then you have a good half a year. Then you have a great year because you found your balance. Okay. I just dropped the link in the live chat again. I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. Thank you to everyone that's in the 4BK Academy, on the Forbidden Knowledge TV app, and all the other programs that I run and curate. And I will catch y'all again later. All right. Have a great evening. Peace.